Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're looking at a very simple example for adding what's called a spin button to a worksheet. This is going to allow you to adjust a value in a cell by simply clicking on a control rather than having to type it yourself. So this is the example we're going to use. It's a savings calculator. I have entered the savings per month, the years that we plan to save for, the interest rate, and there's a formula here, which is this future value formula, which calculates the amount saved. If we change the value of saving each month, then we're going to change the amount saved over our period of 2 years. What I want to do is automate this saving per month so we don't have to type it in, and we could use what's called a spin button to do it. Now, before you start, you're going to need to see the developer tab. So if you haven't done that already, choose File and then go down to Options. Here, you're going to click on Customize Ribbon and make sure that in this box over here, you have Developer selected, because that's where these items are coming from. We're going to put our spin button in here. So I'm going to the Insert option, and you'll see here there are Form Controls and ActiveX Controls. You want the Form Controls. And the spin button is this one in here. It's the fourth one along. So I'm just going to click on it, and then I'm going to drag to position it in the cell I'm interested in placing it in. Now, this control will control ultimately this cell, but we have to make it do the work. To do that, you're firstly going to need to right click on it so you select it. Now, you won't always get this menu. You might have to right click a couple of times to actually get this menu, but when you do, you're going down to Format Control. And it's these control properties that we're interested in. The first thing we're going to do is to set the current value. So the starting value, I want that to be 25 the way it was. So I'm just going to type 25 into this. The minimum value is how low do we want to go for our savings per month? Well, I don't want to be calculating anything less than $5 a month. So I'm going to set my minimum value to 5. It won't be able to go below that value. Now, for the maximum value, 30,000 is totally unreasonable. I'm thinking that nobody is going to be saving more than, say, $250 a month. So I'm going to type 250 in here. And then the incremental change is every time I click one of these buttons, how much is my number going to increase by? For this particular example, I just want to be able to increase by 1. So I'm going to leave that number as 1. Now, the cell link is the important bit. This is where we actually tell Excel where all this data is going into, and we want it to be this cell over here. So I'm going to click on this up arrow, click on the cell I want to nominate as my cell that I'm linking to, and then click the down arrow here again. So now I'm done. I'll click OK, and I'm just going to click aside away from the control. You'll see that the savings per month has changed back to $25. That's because I asked for the starter value to be 25. And now all we need to do to alter this value is to click on one of these buttons. Every time I click on this button, this amount saved value is going to change. I can go all the way up to 250. I can come down, and obviously the smallest value I'm allowed to come down to is 5. If I keep clicking, nothing's going to change. So spin buttons like this are a really nice way of adding a little bit of functionality to a worksheet. It just makes things a little bit more interesting. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results every time, then you'll love my other YouTube videos. So give this video a thumbs up and click to subscribe to the channel. And on the screen now, you'll see a video that I've handpicked for you to watch next.